In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a Telegram real estate agent that's going to send follow-up emails for you just from a voice note. So what's going to happen in this workflow is we're going to send a voice note to our Telegram bot, which we have over here in Real Estate AI Assistant. And we're going to send a voice note to this bot, which is basically going to talk about the viewing we've just had and any notes about that viewing. That voice note is then going to trigger our N8N workflow. It's going to go through all these steps, which I'll show you how to build step by step, so don't worry. And we're going to get a follow-up email, which is going to be sent to our client to make sure that they're not lost. So before we build this step by step, I'm going to show you how this works in practice. Okay, so we have our Google Sheets here, which we've got a few names and about the property they're visiting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, send a voice note to our agent about John Stones. And I'm going to say that we just had a viewing with John, and these are his thoughts on it, and I want you to write a appropriate follow-up email. So let's do that. Okay, so we're in the bot now, which I'm also going to show you how to set up. I'm just going to go ahead and send a voice note to this agent, which is going to trigger our workflow. So let's go ahead and work this. So I've just had a viewing with one of our clients, which is John Stones. The address is 123 High Lane. Yeah, he came with his wife and 2 kids, said he really likes the property. He said that the garden wasn't kept in too great shape, which concerned him a little bit. And the price was a bit high, but he still said he really liked the property and was really interested. So yeah, write me a nice follow-up email, which we can go ahead and send to John. You've sent that voice note now. In reality, this would just trigger it by itself, but I'm going to hit execute workflow to show you this in practice. So we can see it's running through each step. It's analyzing the audio here. And now we're going to get it to send, in our case, it's my email here. This would be sent to this fake person, John, in reality. So if we come over to our Google Sheets, we can see that in the follow-up email section, it's been populated with the message that we're going to send to John. And we should also have an email in our inbox with that message. So as you can see here, perfect. We've got the email. So it says, "Hi, John. Great showing you around today at this address." Mentions any of the concerns that it's had, and it's also about the price as well here. And then it's finished off with a signature, which I've instructed it to do. So this is a great follow-up email, which you can just send automatically and saves you, a quick 10 minutes every day. Or if you're doing this multiple times, this can probably add up to a couple of hours. Okay, great. So now that we've seen how this workflow works from start to finish, let's start building it. So the first thing we want to do is create our bot in Telegram. So the first thing you want to do in Telegram is obviously sign up for an account if you haven't got one. And then you want to search up BotFather. So if I go here and then search up BotFather, you want to open this agent. What BotFather allows you to do is create any bot within Telegram. So the first thing you want to do is /start, and that's going to start the creation of your bot, your real estate bot. And then you want to do /new bot to create a new bot. And then you're going to have to find you're going to give it a name. So Real Estate AI Assistant, which you can see is what I've got here. And then you need to find a username which hasn't been taken. So for me, it was Tom Real Estate _bot. Now, in this message here, I'm not going to show you, but it's got an API key as well. And make sure to take a note of this, as we're going to need to put it into our N8N workflow. But that's it. It's really simple. That's all you need to do to set up your real estate bot. And now you've got it. And you can see I've already sent a few voice notes here. It's literally ready to send voice notes to. Okay, so starting our workflow in N8N, the first one we need is a Telegram trigger. So to do that, literally just search up Telegram here. And then you'll be able to put in a Telegram trigger, which is triggered on when a message is received. Now, to connect your Telegram account, or specifically your bot, I've already got mine connected here already, but you obviously want to go to create a new credential, and then where you have the API key that I just mentioned, you want to paste that into there. And then leave the trigger on when the message is received. Okay, now that we have triggered our workflow, we want to get the file ID of the voice note that's been sent. In the Telegram node here, we want to add another Telegram node. Again, just search up Telegram there and then get a file. And we want to put the file ID, which is from the voice, and we're going to drag and drop that over into here. And then you want to make sure this is on download. And we're going to see that it comes out as a binary file over here. Our next node is going to be a Gemini node where we're going to analyze the transcription. Gemini node in here, literally just search up Gemini, and then it's the first one, which is analyze audio. So if I open this node up, we can see that you can select whichever model you want. I've just put 2.5 flash, and its only job is to transcribe the audio file exactly word for word. And the input type is binary here, so we haven't got a URL. We've got a binary file which we've just downloaded, and we can leave this as data. The node we need is our AI agent. So this is the one that's going to update our spreadsheet, make sure that we've got a name that matches, and then send over the outreach message, or the outreach message. What we need to add in is our AI agent. So this is going to update our Google Sheets, and it's also going to send off our message in Gmail. To add an AI agent, literally just search up AI agent, and then you can add it there, and we're going to open it up. So change the source for prompt to define below, because we don't have a directed chat trigger node. And in the user message part, we're going to put what the transcription is. So you have the voice note transcription, and once you run the nodes, you'll need to run this obviously first, but you want to put what our transcription is. So we've got that from our Gemini node here. So you want to drag and drop this text bar into there. System message. So you want to add an option here. Obviously, I've already added my system message, but let's go ahead and open this up and see what's in here. So we directed it about what its role is, what it needs to do, and all the different jobs it needs to have. So it needs to identify the client's name. It needs to, based off the notes given, generate a follow-up email, update the Google Sheets, and then send the email to the client using the Gmail tool. And then we've given it an example here of how we want it to do that. To make sure that we're matching up on the right name, we need to be able to check our database, which is our Google Sheets in this scenario, to match up the names correctly. So literally go onto Google Sheets, or onto the toolbar, and to add a Google Sheets, search up Google Sheets here. And then the first one's going to open up, which is going to be Get Rows. And then you want to select your document from your Google Sheets from the list. To set up that Google Sheets, we've got all the information that we need. We just need to now be able to update that Google Sheets with our new LinkedIn message. So again, same thing, we want to add another Google Sheets tool, but this time we're going to be updating the rows. So we want to change the operation to update row. Again, select your Google Sheet correctly, and then name, which we're using to match, we're going to let AI define this because it's got all the information it needs, and now it can accurately match up the names that it needs to. Again, we're going to let AI define the follow-up email as well, and we're just going to give it a brief description that this is the follow-up message that we're sending to the client. Now, our final node that we want to add is a Gmail node. So again, go into Tool here, add a Gmail node, and we're going to be sending a message in Gmail. So leave the operation as send, and we're going to give it a very brief description of what it is. The subject, we're going to let AI define this. We've already given an example in our prompt, and then we're going to change the email type to text, and again, let AI define this. It's got all the information it needs to do this accurately. And that's it. That is our build from start to finish. To this template, go to my free school community, which the link is in the description, and you'll be able to access this and also all the other free templates that are on my YouTube in there, and you won't have to build this from scratch. If you're in the real estate industry and you'd like to automate something like this in your business, feel free to reach out to the website link in my description, and we can start the discovery process for your business.